This reaction is brought to you by my $5 or more supporters at coffee.com/Alex Haitz. I'd like to thank Andres Glacial, Steph Newtown, and Mark Ventura for sponsoring this video, supporting me and my family, the channel. I appreciate it immensely, and I hope you all enjoy this video. One of my cats rubbed up against my eye once this morning, and now it looks like this. I swear I don't have pink eye. I just have cats that have it out for me, I guess. I don't know, but hopefully it isn't too distracting. I feel fine. I might be doing a little bit of this because I'm just so moved by this album. It's going to be very emotional, like Will Sasso listening to Mysterious Ways. But anyway, hello everybody. Welcome to another album reaction. This is a poll that we did on my Ko-fi page, which I have moved from Patreon to Ko-fi, and currently only have 3 supporters over there, and all 3 of them voted for this album, as you can see right here. We had some different options. It was just kind of some random albums that I wanted to put together, because I've been wanting to get to them for a little while, and as you can see, this one here won. And it's kind of been like asked for or talked about since I did Psycho Candy in March of 2020, which that album, I don't know if I would say that I love that album, but there's a lot of songs on it that I like. I currently have it at a 3.5 out of 5 on Rate Your Music. Obviously tracks like Just Like Honey, magnificent. And there's some other interesting songs in here as well. I don't quite remember. I haven't gone through the Psycho Candy album in quite a while. Not super into some of the more noisy gothic post-punk tracks. Some of the more thin production just kind of didn't really do it for me. But apparently on this album, things are kind of cleaned up a little bit. It's a little bit more of like a straight alt-rock thing for 87, which is also kind of cool. So yeah, I'm very interested to dive into what we have going on today. For those who don't know, I do unedited reactions on my Ko-fi page, coffee.com/Alex Haitz. For $5 a month, you can get access to unedited reactions from Modest Mouse going forward. That's April of 2021 that we started doing unedited reactions. You get access to that whole back catalog. You can also hop in at just the $1 per month level and get access to voting in these types of polls where after, while we're going through artist discographies and just kind of binging all those albums, every 2 to 4 albums through that, we'll inject these miscellaneous poll albums that just kind of give some variety and some inject some different genres through what's usually a very consistent genre thing with an artist discography. I can talk, I promise. But yeah, if you want to support the channel, that would be the place to do it. Also, got to shout out NordVPN, link in the description for that. Got an affiliate link down there. Fantastic VPN, great speeds, great prices. If you're in need of a VPN, be sure to check it out. Been using them for years. Darklands. So this is 2 years after Psycho Candy, which I think the way that I described Psycho Candy that was Candy Claus. That's right. With Candy Claus, Saris and Calypso at the end of time, in the time verse. I don't remember what that album is called now, and I love that album. I called it the fuzzy, sticky candy that you find under the couch. And Psycho Candy kind of is like that, very noisy, very shoegazy in that same way that Saris is. Saris and Calypso in the Deep Time, that's right. What a fantastic album. Everyone needs to go listen to that. Ryan Hover, I don't know how he produces music like that. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So we're on Darklands today. Alt-rock, post-punk, jangle pop, indie pop, 36 minutes. It's kind of short. I'm very curious to see if I feel like there's a good chance I might like this more than Psycho Candy. If it sounds a bit cleaner, but it's still as melodic, I think that it could really be up my alley. And some of the singles off of this album, seem to be well received as well, such as Darklands, Happy When It Rains, April Skies as well. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot else to add here. I think we're just going to go ahead and start listening to this album. So, opening track, Darklands.
down to the Darklands. I wanna move, I wanna go. Oh, do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Well, the Darklands are. I wanna go. Oh, I wanna lead to the dark. Oh, God, I get down on
Well, I wouldn't say that I'm like super impressed from the get-go, but it's very solid. Um, Very similar cloth that it's cut from with Just Like Honey. Like I could almost hear the like dun, 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 the guitar from Just Like Honey come in at any point, and it would have fit perfectly. And very similar chord progression too. But I like the cleaner sound actually. I like the more like crisp nature of this. And William Reed, um, was he the producer? Yeah, so the Jesus and Mary Chain were the producer for Psycho Candy, and it says that William was the producer here. So whatever, but yeah, the cleaner sound, the richer sound, the jangle is really nice as well. I'm primed for glory and greatness with this one. Let's keep going. Deep One Perfect Morning. It's kind of short.
was heading up into the sky. Thoughts are turning backwards, and I'm picking at the pieces of a world that keeps turning. And nothing in me's will to focus my attention on the sky. Thoughts are turning backwards, and I'm picking at the pieces of a world that keeps turning. For me to
They keep pulling from the same well, don't they? I kind of noticed this on Psycho Candy, where like there was a couple songs on that album. It was like Just Like Honey, and then maybe Sowing Seeds. I don't remember which track it was. Like almost identical to Just Like Honey in some ways. And here, like I hear more of like the vocal motifs that they've done before. I don't know. It's weird because it's like there are artists where like I listen to their music and I really like. It's like a Neutral Milk Hotel in the Airplane Over the Sea. A lot of similar like vocal motifs throughout that whole album. But it works well like as an album and like as a cohesive whole. Does it work with this? I don't know. I'm not completely certain yet. I am enjoying the music though, so take that as you will. Happy When It Rains.
watch the sweet thing, breaking everything she sees. She can taste, bend and break, and shake through the room. Talking fast, couldn't tell me so. And we tried so hard, and we look so good. You are my sunny day.
Sick. That was pretty good. It's my favorite so far. Um, th- th- Partially because it's like finally a different kind of melodic motif. Guitar riffs were nice too. Yeah, that's the good stuff right there, man. I tell you what, down on me.
Smile before the world looks down on me. 25 years of growing old. I can't see. All down on me. Always in the dead of dark days. Someone's out.
A little more post-punky on that one, but it worked. It worked. I like it about as much as the first two. Still not as good as Happy When It Rains, but yeah, this is going down really easily, which is kind of what I was hoping for. I don't know. It's not necessarily like better writing than Psycho Candy, but I like the way it sounds a little bit more. I don't know. 9 million rainy days. Oh man, he's gonna be so happy.
9 million eyes thinking of you. You are sends the shivers to my head. I'm being dragged from here to hell, and with you, nothing left to give for you to take. My head, you're gone. Shoot, 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 shoot.
Intriguing. That one almost had like, dare I say, like a Stone Roses vibe to it, as far as like the some of the vocal melody quirks in there. Um, I don't know. I'm struggling to like compare that to something because that kind of reminds me of like other British stuff that like is honestly on the horizon. So I don't know. Interesting pop stuff from Britain in '87 apparently. Cool. Not necessarily one of my favorites. I don't love those more like. It's reminding me of a very specific song, and it's driving me crazy that I don't remember what it is. But it's like I get the same vibes from that one as well. But anyway, we flip the vinyl. Pachink. April Skies.
Hey honey, what you trying? The world comes tumbling down. For me to say, and it's hard for me to stay. Baby, I just can't see. With all the things you say, under the April sun, sun grows cold, sky gets black, and you go.
Not bad. I like these guitar riffs. They're nice and catchy. Um, Again, like on the border of like is it too samey to be like I can't tell one song from the other because the riffs are so similar? Or is it like the riffs are good and it works well as like a cohesive album tone? You know, I'm kind of on the fence about how I feel about that, but it's not necessarily like a negative thing. I'm just kind of trying to parse how this fits, and then like as how my Jesus and Mary Chain repertoire is growing, how I feel about them as a band, because I only had one album and then the track Head On to compare this to. So, and as well a few other ones actually. Because you should say down in the comments, I'll have a pinned thing. I did Upside Down as well. That's right. I do not remember that track. Listened to that a while ago. Anyway, let's keep going. Fall. They have like two types of tracks, almost three. It's like the really melodic, just like Honey-esque tracks, and then these ones that are more noisy and post-punky. That's like the two things they do. Although I'd say like Happy When It Rains, it's like that's something a bit different. I've also gotten like Head On vibes from a couple tracks here. Was it Deep One Perfect Morning or Down on Me maybe that reminded me of that? I forgot to mention it. Yeah, but I can see like where they're going toward Automatic as far as like kind of more straightforward alt rock tracks, I suppose. But yeah, tracks like Down on Me and Fall, you know, not quite to my taste. But these aren't as abrasive or hard to stomach as some of the Psycho Candy post-punk tracks, which were a little abrasive for me. Anyway, with 3 tracks left, Cherry Came Too.
When she walks with my skin and Cherry takes me to the place above where bust and you can come to in the light of all my dark green sand, the trigger itch and the killer's hand, and I want you, and those things will unlock, and I'll give you my soul. Back me down. I want you to be back.
You know, do I dare say that like some of their tracks have like maybe an ounce of like a country twang to them, like an alt country thing? Am I crazy? Like just a pinch of salt? I don't know. Yeah, as far like we have 2 tracks left, so I don't want to speak prematurely, but like as far as an album goes, this is it's just more of like the same kind of distilled. It's like distilled Psycho Candy. You took Psycho Candy, you cleaned it off, you trimmed it, and now it's here. In some ways, I mean, I kind of like this more than Psycho Candy. There's tracks on here that I like more. I don't know. Let's keep going though. I want to finish this out, and then we'll talk about it. On the Wall. There's maybe like a bit of New Order in there too. As far as like just of ever so slightly, but with some of their more sprawling kind of songs, I don't know. Like when I think of like "Leave Me Alone" and "Age of Consent" and all that, like the things that feel kind of like anthemic in a way. I get like a slight bit of that with some of these tracks too. Um, that was interesting. A little bit slower. No, again, not a huge favorite, but a lot of like this is a pretty consistent album. I don't love it, but like my complaints are kind of the same all the way down. There's maybe only a couple here, like "Down on Me" and "Fall," that I'm not crazy big on. Um, but it hasn't been bad. We have one track left, "About You." Let's wrap this up.
Can't see and me live a life and me. There's something warm, there's something warm and good about you, about you, about you.
One of my favorites, and it's the last one. Again, more of like the like just like Honey is like their one pop song, and they just take parts of that and restructure it into their other songs. Like it is insane to me how similar a good handful, like 4 or 5 of their songs seem to be pretty take something from Just Like Honey, which is kind of is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. But that was a really nice, simple way to close out the album. I dig it. I dig it. Okay. So that's Darklands. Do I like it more than Psycho Candy? Probably. Um, is it better than Psycho Candy? I don't know. I don't know. Um, it is quite samey. I don't know. I really want to like re-listen to these because I feel like I need to let it digest a little bit because I'm kind of like uncertain as to how I feel about this in a way. I have mixed feelings, but like they lean towards positive. Um, yeah, it's just I'm kind of stunned that like just like Honey's shadow looms over everything. Happy When It Rains really dug that. About You is great as well. There were certain tracks here and there like April Skies and the opening track Darklands that I thought were pretty notable. Things like On the Wall and Deep One Perfect Morning, also interesting stuff. I some of the darker, kind of more post-punky things I think worked better here than on Psycho Candy, or at least it fits my personal taste a little bit better, I think. But yeah, fascinating. Eager to re-listen to these. I like that it's short, it gets in, it gets out. It's quite solid. Yeah, cool album. Cool album. Interesting. Anyway, that's all I got, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Things to plug, yet again, patreon.com. Not Patreon, we're moved from Patreon. Coffee.com/AlexHeitz. $5 a month access to unedited reactions, of which this is one. And $1 a month access to voting in polls, which this was one. Also going to plug the Discord, link in the description for that. Got about 170, 180 members over there. Do things like I'll post early access YouTube links to these reactions before they go live on Saturdays typically. And announcements when I live stream and stuff like that. So if you want to join the Discord of me, there it is, down below in the description. Anyway, that's all. That is the poll album done. The next thing we are doing is sketches for My Sweetheart the Drunk. We're finishing up Jeff Buckley. I did a live re-listen of Grace, which was a lot of fun. And that actually should be, I have like the copyright being disputed on that, and that should expire somewhat soon, and I'll just put it on the channel with the version with the music. But we did a re-listen on Grace, which was nice, and then we're going to do sketches for My Sweetheart the Drunk. We're doing this in 2 videos because it's like 90 minutes 80 minutes. I don't remember. But if anything is over, like if anything basically can be split into like two 40-minute sections or something like that, then I will do that just for my own sanity. So we will be doing a part 1 and part 2 for sketches, which we haven't done in a long time. Then we're moving on to My Bloody Valentine. I'll probably do a live re-listen of Loveless for that one to kind of round that out, because I have heard Loveless. Not in a long time though, so that'll be a fun live stream. Doing Isn't Anything, the EPs from 1988 to 1991, and then the MBV self-titled that came out later down the road. Then Nirvana, then Slow Dive, then Susie and the Banshees. We got interesting stuff on the horizon, everybody. Hope you're all primed for it. Yeah, that's all I got. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch around in the next things that I do. So until next time, Godspeed.